back in the room. Right, so we'll do that again, because you didn't get any of that, because the stupid camera didn't start recording. Probably because I said something stupid that the voice activation picked up on. I must remember to turn that off. Anyway, where were we? Right, so this is the generator that Jerry fetched. I don't know whether this is going to be part 1, part 2. So it's either a long part 1 or it's going to be a short part 2, and it'll come out on a Wednesday. But I tend to put the shorter videos out on a Wednesday. It's kind of weekend teasers. We got the thing started. It's making good power. It's chucking out 50 hertz, 240 volts, no problem at all. Everything appears to be working as it should. What else have we got? Yeah, right. So desperately needs a service. If you remember, the air filter was absolutely dead on it. What else have we got to do to it? I need to change the oil because that's fairly shit. So I've bought a service kit for it basically. Spark plug air filter oil comes in a kit. It wasn't worth buying the oil separate. I've got some oil that's probably okay in it. Some 10W40. It's actually diesel oil from the public service vehicle we had. So that's a bus to you, a PSV, and it was some that was spare. But it has a lot more zinc and stuff like that, which is absolutely ideal for small engines. But I would have no qualms about putting it in my small engines. But this is somebody else's small engine, so I'm going to put the 30 SEA or the 10 or 1030 in it, specific small engine stuff, which is what has come. Might as well show you what's in the service kit. 1, 2, 3. So a spark plug. It says it's effective. I suspect there's a lot of Chinesium particles in that. We've got a new air filter. Looks pretty much identical to the other one. I hope it is. Yep, that's identical. Always check they're the same. And some ground force. Oh right, yeah, I've used this stuff before. This is out of the generic stuff. This is about as good as it gets. So spot on. SAE 30, designed for lawn mowers and generators. There you go. So what I need to do first is just crank this up, warm it up. It's easier to take the oil out if it's warm and it's been stirred up, and then let it drain out. If I drain it out cold, it's going to be gloopy, and all the muck that's in the bottom of the engine isn't going to shift. If I warm it up, it will flush out or help flush out any of the muck. I suspect it's not been changed in a while. So I think what we'll do first is we'll do the spark plug to the air filter and then crank it up, and that way we get to test the spark plug and air filter. What I've not got to do is gas myself out like I did the other day. I ran the engine for a little bit too long. Anyway, right. Oh, there was one other thing I need to show you. Right, so I'm fairly confident that the leak on the fuel tank, it was coming from round this seal. That screws in, there's a little O-ring in there. The O-ring was a bit flat and squashed down. So what I've done is I've taken it out, I've soaked it in some brake cleaner, which tends to puff them up a bit. And I've smeared some silicone grease around it. So hopefully that will do it. If not, I need to go up to the workshop and dig the bus out of the way and get to all the spares that I've got that have gone up to the workshop. So that should be okay. What I didn't do when I took this out was check whether it was loose. Just being careful not to over tighten it. The grease that's there should outpack that seal a bit as well. So I'm hoping that that's jobs are good, and so we can stick that back on as well and get the air filter on. In fact, let's get the air filter on now. In fact, no, let's not get the air filter on until I've got the petrol hooked up. I was thinking about swapping this out, but I think we'll leave it where it is. The only downside is I can't actually remember which way round it went. I'm guessing it was like that. And then that went up there, unless it went like that, and that went there, and that went up there. Who knows? Who knows? I suppose I could go and check the manual. like that. You might be thinking, where's the hottest part going to be? Not going to be there. I'd say the hottest part of it's going to be around here, close to the carb, close to this. So I'm going to go with that, unless that's there for that, because that's going to rub on it. I suspect that's more like. Yeah, I suspect that was down a bit further. Yeah, I think that's how it went. Yeah. And that's to stop that rubbing on it. Yeah, that would make sense. Right. Let's check the thing. So we'll give, when we run this, we'll run it on its. We are missing the. We are missing the clip is missing. Oh, I might have to go and dig in my box for one of them. I think they're up in the thing as well. The fuel line clip to hold that in has disappeared. I just need to go and find. Ooh. Right, I did find it. Well, I didn't. I found another one. I'll just sneak this in here and then. I had one in my spare parts tray. Suspect it was off a breather pipe off a Yamaha SR 125. Come on. It's exactly the same size as the one that was on it, and the one that was on it was probably a tad too small, to be honest. Which is not particularly helpful. Come on, don't be awkward. Tease this onto here now. You know they're too small when you have to bend them to one side to get them on. Oops, no, that wanted to go underneath that bar. I already knew that because I'd looked at that once. I think that goes up there. I think I was right first time. That sheet can just go up there to stop the. So it goes across the top of the cowling and the thing. It's to stop it rubbing on there. That's it. Right. We can probably chuck some fuel in that. Just make sure that this is in the shut off position. It is. Check I've got my rubber flange. Always check your flange. I'm not sure there's any particular way up that has to go. I'm assuming that either goes on like that or it goes on like that. Or it goes on like that. Or does it not go on anyway like that? Who knows? Oh, right. I see. I suspect it goes on like that. Yep, it does. Right, so let's have a... Aha. Right, that makes sense. So take the... you can see this is absolutely... And in the bin we go. There's no need to oil these. These are an oil-free one, but I'm not saying it's not going to hurt if you give it a quick dust of, obviously, with some oil if we've got some. Don't use WD-40 on it because WD-40 just evaporates. It does actually want some light engineering oil, but no, I haven't got it all on. No, that's PPC. That's no good. No, we'll leave it. Doesn't need it. The other one didn't have it on it. That's it. That's perfect. So that seals on the rubber, not that plastic thing, because that doesn't really matter. So there's a couple of these. That one goes on there. The problem with having that, because I think it's nearly 2 weeks since I took it to and you sometimes forget. Right, that should have a washer on it, because that's why that was knackering it up. So it's missing a washer. I've just happened to have seen one in that thing down there that will probably fit. We've got something a bit better than that. Possibly. Nope. Potentially it should have fit now, right? Oh, that'll do. Look at that. Made for it. Tuppenny washer. Should be old for that one. Right. Stick some fuel in it, and we'll give it a quick razz up just to discombobulate the thing. I've still got a little bit of debris in the bottom of the tank, but there's not a lot I can do about that. What are we doing with this? Not a lot of fuel in there. Not a bad thing though, because if it has got a leak, I don't want to be filling it full of fuel. Thing is, the pickup on this is it's not really good. I think that should be enough to tell me whether it's got a leak or not. I haven't bolted it down for exactly that reason. Oh my word, it's missing out here. Yep. Well, that went to plan. Yeah, no, it's still whizzing out of here. Oh no, we've got a hole. We have got a hole. The tank has got a hole. Right, that's a new tank then. That spot of rust I said I saw, yeah, it was definitely a spot of rust. We've got a hole in the bottom of the tank. So we'll have to order another tank for that. That's annoying. So this is definitely going to be a part 2 now. Let's have a quick scan on Amazon. At least with Amazon I'll get it tomorrow, hopefully. It's a Honda MX GX240. 240. Yeah, 240 on the GX240 fuel tank. There we go. Right, what do we got for a GX? Get it by the 5th of August. That's no good. There's something. Right, let me just have a quick look at this. Right, schoolboy error. I think I turned you on. Forgot to take your recording. So, what have we done? Stuck the spark plug in. So you missed that. That's what I was doing when the camera turned off. That's when I realised I'd not pressed play or record. So that's in now. We've done the air filter. I think you saw that. I've rigged this up with a fuel filter on because I've just dumped the fuel out of the tank in there, and the tank still has some bits in it. There's a few floaters in there, so I'll catch them in the filter. It is fresh fuel, but obviously it's been in the old tank. The tank has got a hole in. I was actually struggling to find a tank at a reasonable price. A genuine Honda one's about £120 plus VAT and delivery. I've managed to pick one up for 39 quid that we'll get here for Tuesday next week, and that was the cheapest, earliest I could get. There was a couple of tanks at like 15, 20 quid, but they were clone, fits all the Honda GX range. So it looks like they got the 2 bolts at the front, but they didn't have the 2 bolt holes at the back, and they were slightly smaller, so they would have just rested on that. So I don't think that potentially was a good idea. It looks like it's a good copy of the tank I'm taking off, so hopefully I won't have any issues with it. Right, so let's get this. Let's do a cold start. Turn on the fuel. That should start burbling its way down there. It's another good thing, you can actually see the fuel going through. Well, we've got a leak. Ah, great. So that's the float bowl, I suspect. Let's have a look, see where that's coming from. That's coming out of there. Where is that coming from? Oh, duh. The clip on there had got in the way, and it had completely missed the thing. It had completely missed the fuel intake pipe. I thought it had gone on, it hadn't. I was just ramming it down the back, and it was the fuel thing that had touched, that had made it. Right, let's see if we can chuck some more fuel on the floor. Nope, I still missed it. Oh no, I haven't. It's just too big. I think that fuel line's just too big. So bear with me a second. We'll make some adjustments to this. If I hold that up. Right. What I need to do now is find the put that there. Another pair of scissors. Give this a little trim. That needs to come off because it's going to go. Good thing about this stuff is it's that tight. You don't need a clip on it. Check I've got it going in the right direction. Yep. Shall we try that again? The trouble is, this is an absolute pig to get on here. So you remember last time I had to take the. I thought that fuel line was about the same. This one's just a tad too small. I'm feeling I have to take this valve out. I'll put the take the fuel filter off first, the air filter off first, I'm not going to see what I'm doing. Getting very fumy here. I'll have to open the doors in a minute. Start to get a bit lightheaded. I'd love to move that out of the way, but unfortunately that's the regulator governor. If it leaks now, I'm going to cry because it means the inlet pipe's broken. I'm not getting any fuel in there because I've not turned it on. Oh, there we go. Maybe it's filling up. That's a good sign. It's not pissing fuel all over the floor. Right, before I do anything else, I'm just going to open the doors. It's getting a little bit smeggy in here. I do want to hear it running with... I'll be glad I'm out of this building. Open the door closes itself. It's always been the same. Ever since we built it, this door has never been shut. So it stayed open, sorry. Still no sign of any fuel drifting, that's always good. Right. The right way round here. There's only one way. Go both ways. Sorry. I'll put that on right. I think so. Yay. Right. So that's on. That's on. We've got fuel in there. Don't have to prime this one though, but we have a choke on. I don't know why. That was interesting. I don't know why that shut off then. Not to run out of fuel. Yeah, I'm not sure why it cut off then, to be honest. Some interesting smells. Right, let's get this this fuel drained out. It could have been the fuel level, and it was the fuel thing that ought it say some kind of emergency cut off. I do need to slacken off that. The bolt for that is just way too tight. It stops you from adjusting the. That's better. Got a chance at adjusting it now. Get one quick flick. should be warming off now. It's still going. We'll just get the oil drained out of it now. So let me get set up for that. It's bang on 50 in the end when I fiddled about with it. It's a lot easier to do it now. Slacken that off. Right. Let me bring you back when I've worked out where's best to enter. Not to bare my arms. If you can see this from up there. The flipping chimney stand on that ballot then. That'd have been good video. This all should be lovely and hot. We'll try and go see if there's any sparklers in it, but we'll see the colour of it. Oh, flipping heck, that looks... that doesn't look like it's been serviced in a while. I don't know that, but it's not black, but it's not... Don't know where the... I can't remember where the dipstick is on this one. But it's on this one or on the other side. Probably the other side. Yeah, that looks more like it. Yeah. So it's like most of these, you fill them up until it gets to the top. So I probably need to turn that off. I suspect it's nearly out of fuel anyway. Shut that down. Are we done? I think we're done. Oh, I dropped it on the floor. Ideally, you should replace the washer or if there's no ring, but I haven't got one. Trick is not to over tighten them. This is getting a bit desperate for an empty. Best to just leave one of these or stand it on its end if it's not too mucky and leave the top undone, because as the engine cools, the oil cools, it sucks the bolts back down and then you can't get the flipping things undone as it was just then. Right, let's stick some oil in it. I've lost my missing funnel again. So the missing funnel is once again missing. I have a nice little small funnel that came with one of the machines. I suspect I chucked it in the top of the machine and it's gone under the house now. So I probably need to go and treat myself to some... Oh, that's new. Perhaps I didn't need a funnel. Right, let's get the funnel out of the way. This is much easier. What I will do is put a little drip tray under here. Because basically you fill it up until it's full. So these are bigger engines, these 8 horse, they do take quite a lot. Nearly there. That's pretty much everything that's in there. No, that looks like it's full. The idea is you fill them up until they're actually just running out of the top, which that was then. The Honda clone I've got's like that. Yeah, that's full all the way up to the dipstick. It's kind of a way of doing it so you can't accidentally fill it. The other way to do it is put the drip tray on the other side, feed it in through here, and when it starts pouring out the other side, you know you're at the same spot as well, or vice versa. Fill it through that side till it pours out this side. They're both at the same height. Those plugs are universal. You can swap them over. Right then, let's just give this a quick fire up. I don't actually know how much fuel's in there, to be honest. Looks like there's still some part way down the tube, so we should get something out of it. That's on. Got choke on. Fuel on. Turn that there so I can see what it's doing. Hopefully it's gonna go. Yeah, that's not working. So I'm running out of fuel, so it's not running right. I need to, and I was turning it the wrong way as well. But I'm running out of fuel. Just need to give that a quick top up. Bring you back in a moment. we're back. It's a couple of days later. Where did we get to? Right, yes. So we had an issue with the. We discovered the tank had got a hole in it. We did everything else that we needed to do to get this back together, but we were just waiting for a tank to turn up. The tank wasn't supposed to come in until Tuesday. It's Sunday today. It's late on Sunday. Amazon's just been and dropped the tank off, which I'm not going to moan at. So that's good news. That's not the one we want. Where's the fuel pipe? So what I'm going to do now is chuck the new tank on so I can get this shipped out. New tank. So let's just have a quick comparison to the old tank that's in the bin. So it's always best to do this when you get one of these because this is a clone. Let's have a look. It looks pretty similar. 2 studs, 2 holes. It's even got a couple of drain holes as well. Not where they are, so that does worry me a little bit. So they have to tell her to watch out about that. That if it ends up getting sat outside in the rain. But having said that, though, that's not curled under like that is. So I suspect it'll run out of there anyway. So I think we're good to go with that one. The angle of the thing looks slightly different. That's kind of shoved up in the air. So I'm slightly concerned that won't have as an effective a pickup. It does come with its own nice new petrol cap. I'll give her the old one back anyway, and it comes with a new filter feed part inside here. It's got a fuel capture filter as well, which the other one didn't have, or it might have had originally, but it doesn't have now. So that's possibly a slight improvement. I don't even know if that old one fits, to be honest. No, the old one doesn't. With them, you've got to make sure they're lined up, and then you have to push it in. I don't think that fits, so I'll keep that one there as a spare. I'll shove this back in again. I bet you that works if I ain't got that stupid thing in. Yeah. So that does actually work without this in. I think it's just a little bit too much of an ask. Oh no. So that one does work, so I will send that back with her as well, and then she can use that one or that one. That needs to go in here. It's got a rubber seal on the bottom, the same as the other one. So let me see that. Quickly grab a deep socket out of here. I think it was a 13. Yep, a 13. I am rushing a bit. I'm in the middle of doing the coaching plans for next week on Training Peaks. So I need to get this done now because I won't have a chance to do this until later on in the week. And Jerry does need this, I think, because she was pinging me today whether or not it's ready yet. Right, so just before we start trying to hook it up with the no, that's not good. That's got a massive bend in it. So let me see if I can fix that. Actually, this might not be the bad one to do. Yep, I hope to God that doesn't cause it to leak. That it's had a smack on its bum. I don't think they are through to the inside. To be honest, I think they're on they're on that outer bit of skin. So no, that's fine. Not the best fit, but fits in. Right, let's just see if these line up with the holes now. That's the next thing. Can't see. Yeah, near enough. Just yeah, that will be fine. Right, so I'll get the. I think they're lined up. I can't quite see that one. We'll get the pipe on, the fuel filler thing. Hopefully we don't have to go through the whole let's take the carburetor off routine again like we did the other day. Yep, I think that's on. All I've got to do now is just get that. I think that goes under. That goes underneath the underneath that. Clips into there. Disappears up onto there, hopefully. I need to get a pair of pliers. It's not very good video of this, but I can't get you in to see what I'm doing under here. But there's another one of those clippy doodah things. They're called pipe clip. That's it. I'm going to put it in far enough. Stick that in there. And hopefully that will go in the screw. And it's the same thread and everything else. It feels like it's biting. That's always good. Right. I'll get the other one on it. That's a bit careful, sorry. Not a 13. That's helpful. So what size is it then? A 12. Don't do it up too tight. I'm going to get the one in on this side as well. Got a sneaking suspicion he's going to be an absolute pig to get in. No, it's proving me wrong. Straight in. Put a bit more on this one. Now all we've got to do is just get these on. We should just be able to. I will have to take the thing off. If you remember, the shut-off switch was also, and I think it was a weird size. It was something like a 38 or something. Nope, next one up. 7/16. Nope, these are metric. So in that case, it should be a 10 mil. It's a 10 mil. No. I'm thinking of the other lawnmower. This should be. This one was metric. It's not a Briggs and Stratton, isn't it? I've got my head still in that lawnmower I've been fixing out there. It's snotty tonight. The air quality is not brilliant. Been out for a good ride today. No, it wasn't a long one. Only about 30-something mile. I think a couple of the group got a few injuries and niggles and things, so we took it easy today, which was good because it meant we got to play a bit at the signs. The race for the village marker signs or the boundary signs. That's it. Put this one back up that I've just chucked on the floor. With the socket that I've thrown on the floor and has disappeared somewhere. No, at least it didn't disappear into the head unit. That would have been a disaster. Come on. Play ball. Get that, baby. That was proper spiffy now, don't it? A bit disappointed there's a dirty great big scratch in it. Right, let's shift all this rubbish out of the way and hopefully we don't have a flood. I probably have stuck about 20 quid worth of fuel in this thing by now. We don't have a flood for that. Well, that's my fault, not Jerry's fault. Don't put him on because I'm running out of fuel. Selfish enough to clear that pickup. Right. So hopefully that should be winging its way down as we speak. And I've already lost the new lid. Right, on, choke, fuel is on, choke is on. No signs that it's leaking or pissing out anywhere. That's always happy days. Can't feel anything around there either, so that's good. That's clipped in where it should be. not impeding on that. Fuel's on, choke's on. Right then, let's see if it'll give us a start. Plenty warm up. Good. Fuel's on, choke's on. Looks like it's starving for fuel, that. It's definitely like it's starving for fuel. Let me just have a look, see if the fuel has cleared the pickup unit. Can't see the pickup unit. Well, I can't see it sticking above the water, so above the fuel. So I'm guessing it must be going through there. But that is definitely giving me all the signs that we've got a poor fuel feed there. Put the choke back on. Actually, start it without the choke now. There we go. This is 1,200 watts. That's quite good. I'm not seeing any bolts in the glass. Give it a quick restart. It's an engine that likes a choke. Oh, this is not on. Oh, I turned it off. There's no spark. It ain't gonna start. It'll start this time. Right, I'll call that a win then. So it's had the new fuel tank, it's had its service. We cleaned out the carburettor and we found out that it was leaking. I don't know what was up with it initially to start off with. Maybe it hadn't finished filling up the float bowl. There's not a lot of distance between the bottom of the float bowl and the bottom of the tank. It's only about that much. So the gravity effect when the tank's quite empty is quite minimal. It's quite common on Subaru engines. So yeah, the float bowl's sort of down there and the bottom there. So you've probably only got about that much of head. So I suspect it wasn't filling it up very fast, and it just hadn't filled up the float bowl. So it looks all right now. So I might give it another test tomorrow. I'll put Jenny the other petrol cap on if she wants it. I don't think she will, but she can have it anyway. But no, that looks all right. Nice shiny new fuel tank. Like I said, a bit disappointing you can't see it. There's a big gouge in the paintwork around here. But you know, these things are actually quite hard to come by at a reasonable price. You could get the genuine part for like 200 and something quid, or you could buy a lot of what they called Honda ones, and then there were some generic ones about 15 quid. So I think it was about £39 or something for this. So we didn't end up spending the 40 something pounds. I think it was nearly 50 quid with postage. And this was a reasonable delivery time. Some of the others were quoting, they were obviously coming from China or America, and they were quoting a week to 2 weeks to deliver. So this actually arrived within, when did I look at it? Thursday. So I realised I needed a tank on Thursday, so I ordered it Thursday. So it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's come 4 days. That's a lot quicker. It was supposed to be here on Tuesday. Anyway, waffling. Hope that's been useful. It's nice to get some engines done. We've done a few of them. I'm now gassing myself on carbon monoxide fumes. You might notice the workshop is a little bit empty as well now. So if I just discombobulate you. So a lot of that stuff went up. That was supposed to go up yesterday, but I needed one of the kids to help me get it up. We shifted a lot of the wood. We cut that up yesterday. So the only stuff that's in that corner is stuff potentially we might end up using in here, apart from the tabletops. We've got to decide. That's still for sale if anybody wants it. That's a biscuit cutter. That's not going. I think that's going under the house. Over here, so what you'll notice that the unit's completely gone from there now. It's over here as a test run because this is where it's going to live in the new world. So this is going to be like my desk when I work for work, but also this area here is going to be used for doing bikes. So this area will be fine. The cart is probably going up to the new workshop. I think I might have room for it. If not, it might end up back down here, or I'll sell it. But I'll be shifting the tools around. The bikes, one of these is going to be stored somewhere else. The mountain bikes, the kids' ones, are going back under the house. My 2 bikes are probably going to get hung on the wall over there if there's room for them. That bike's still up for sale, and the BMXs are going to be powder coated, and then the rest of this stuff is just junk I've got to sort through. But we're starting to break the back of it. This is the next thing that's going up once I've cleared everything that's on here. So that's the sum of what, as I'm going around clearing up, anything I haven't sorted out goes on there. Anyway, right, let's cut this short because I've got work to do. Hope, like I said, hope that's been useful. Keep tuned. There will be more bikes coming if you're mainly on this site for the bikes. There's a whole load of stuff to do. We've got to still find out whether the Holdsworth fix worked. I've got a whole load of people wanting me to do Di2 tune-ups now that they know I do Di2 stuff, and I tuned mine up this morning, having read the service notes from Shimano, and I've completely fixed all the issues I was getting with it now. So they are slightly different to the normal Ultegra. So I might do a how to fit Di2 to your bike kind of thing. But that's it. So yeah, it's a bit sad. We're coming out here. We're going into the other one. So at some point we'll be doing a video in the new workshop. It's a lot more smaller. It's a lot more compact, but it's a lot cleaner. The lighting's better. I'll be a lot better laid out up there. I've just got to be a little bit more disciplined and won't be allowed to get this like the steaming pile. But you know, if you've seen what Alan Milliard does in a garage exactly the same size as where we're going to, there's no reason why I can't do it. Well, not an Alan Milliard, but there's no reason I can't keep it tidy. Right, okay, so that's it. We'll wrap that now. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, subscribe if you want to. If you don't, put a comment in the bottom, whatever. If you've seen anything, you want to know more, just ask away. Don't mind answering questions. I'll try to keep on top of it. Right, job's a good one. Bye.